Welcome back to the Hades 32 Heat series, where we're clearing Hades at 32 Heat with every weapon, every aspect, and a few fun challenge runs. And today we're going to be doing a shield build. We are actually going to be doing the last of the shield builds on this series. We're going to try a chaos build. Now, I'll be honest, this is actually my least favorite aspect, not just of the shield, but of every weapon. And I'll tell you why. It used to be my favorite until I learned something, which is that first, let me explain what the Chaos Shield does. So with Chaos Shield, after you use your Bull Rush, when you use your special, you will throw 5 bonus shields. That sounds amazing, but I learned something. Daedalus hammers do not affect the bonus shields. So the things that you would think would synergize so well with this to make it insanely powerful just don't work. It only applies to the base shield thrown. It does not apply to the bonus shield. So for example, Explosive Return. Only when the base one comes back do you get that bonus. Dreadflight, when you have your shield ricochet to additional enemies before returning to you. That would be perfect for a 5 shield burst like that. Only the first shield ricochets. Same with, what is it, Dashing Flight? I'm pretty sure it's just the one shield that comes back faster. Now, Dashing Flight is helpful because it helps you throw your shield a little bit more frequently, and you get to block a little bit more often. There are still some hammers we're going to want to go for. Charged Shot is especially useful because it allows us to fire a shot instead of having to do the Bull Rush, which gives us a little bit more control over our movement. It makes it so that we can fire our shields off even faster. But at the end of the day, it's really all there is to it. Now, the shield itself only does 15 damage. So, to that end, we could do, say, Aphrodite, but that would only get the damage of the shield up to, what, 22, 23? Whereas if we go with something like, say, Zeus, Thunder Flourish, 30 damage per hit with those shields. That is going to be what we want to focus on. So, we're going to start with the Thunder Signet. Now, I don't really think there's any duo boons that we need. Maybe Splitting Bolt could be handy, but mostly we're going to want some epic rarity boons. So God's Pride over God's Legacy. And for our Pact of Punishment, we're going to turn Tight Deadline down with this, because I'm personally not very great with it. Like I said, this is not one of my favorite aspects, so I just don't have as much practice with it as I would like. But let's turn Damage Control up. We won't really need to worry about that. And let's begin.
Your worst, Father.
Now, I don't know, maybe there's a better way of doing Chaos Shield that I don't know about that makes it a lot more fun. I just find it really disappointing that the... Okay, we're going to take Thunder Flourish at blue rarity. That works for me. I just find it kind of disappointing that the Daedalus hammers don't actually synergize with it the way you think that they would. Okay, we don't really need Chaos, but we'll go for them anyway. Boon rarity, cast damage, or health. Well, we can't take Maimed Favor. We can't take Flayed Shot, because we're attacking and specialing. Pauper Soul, I guess. There's a fish. Let's take the fish. Let's catch the fish. Voidskate, nice. Yeah, the only time I ever usually fish... Only time I usually fish is either in Chaos's realm or on the surface. I don't need the resources or anything, but I just find it more fun. So yeah, with this, you're basically just going to use your Bull Rush and then throw your shield every chance you get. You always want to be going for those bonus shields. There's never a situation where you don't want those bonus shields. I mean, maybe if you're facing something like a tiny enemy that you can one-shot right away anyway. We don't need Dionysus, so we'll just take the Obol instead. Oh, lovely. Clones. And homing. Ooh, this is a bad combo. See, this is actually a decent crowd control build, because the shields tend to spread out quite nicely. This is kind of a poor solo build, like a one-on-one build, because the shields spread out. It's not really a focused, concentrated blast against a single enemy. It's, you know, it's not as effective in that way. Okay. jeez. Of course, yeah, just come in one at a time, why don't you? Can you not show up with all your friends? There we go. Okay. Dashing, Wallop, Dread Flight, Explosive Return. Dread Flight is actually a horrible idea, because only the first shield will ricochet additional times, which all that does is increase the time it takes for the shield to return to you, which means you can't do the 5 bonus shields as often. Dashing Wallop doesn't really matter, but Explosive Return will help, even if it's just the base shield that returns to get that damage bonus. It's better than nothing.
Just on a little before you go. Then here you go.
Thanks. Hey, Boldy. Well,
Attack damage bonus, alright. Demeter? No, we don't need Demeter. Let's try to get Zeus again. Ooh. Athena. Athena's tempting. Athena's very tempting. I'm gonna try one more reroll though.
let's see what else.
Oh, okay. Nope, Athena it is. No, ooh, what? Oh! Okay, usually if you reroll 3 times, the next time you reroll it will re-roll back to the second one. I don't want Ares either. This is not good. This is bad. Okay, Aphrodite, I guess. This is bad. I should have just taken Athena. I didn't want that. We just wasted half of our fated authorities for nothing. I wanted Zeus, but okay, it is what it is. I just realized we weren't earning Obol that entire time. Oh, okay. Passion Dash. Once we get to... Genuinely, I'm going to take the key this time. Once we get Static Discharge, we can apply Privileged Status with that. Would have preferred Divine Dash. Doesn't apply a status until we get Blinding Flash, but Divine Dash is much more useful than Passion Dash, in my opinion. That's okay. We're doing alright. I am fairly certain that the Explosive Return only applies to the base shield. I can't say for sure, though. It looks like there's a little explosion, but it doesn't look like the one that's normally caused by the recall. Yeah, I just realized we weren't earning Obol that entire time because of the Curse of Chaos, and that's kind of disappointing. We're still doing okay, though. We've got a decently powerful start. So, I'm not too worried about it. I just need to pay more attention moving forward here.
I'll take it.
Palms, all the time. Let's see if we can get Thunder Flourish palmed up a bit. We haven't really put much into that just yet.
Nothing.
Ferocious Guard is another hammer we could potentially take, where after you block you get bonus 20% damage for a few seconds. That's not bad since we are making use of the Bull Rush. It's easy enough to just sustain it for a second, block projectile, and get the 20% damage bonus. But it's not such an incredible bonus that it's really worth that, in my opinion. Take the double palm.
Here goes nothing.
Got lots of time. Need to find ways to beef up this build.
Let's see you put your youthful reflexes to work.
Let's see if I still got it.
Okay. Lovely. Flame wheels. Now what's nice is that when those bonus shields, if they return to you, because sometimes they just don't, everything that they hit on the way back will hit with the Thunder Flourish lightning bolts, so that's kind of an added benefit to taking Thunder Flourish with this. But they don't always come back to you. I think if they hit like a wall or something, they just don't. Wow, okay. A lot of these little skull things. An annoying amount of them, honestly. There we go. Got it. Double palm, Thunder Flourish up to 64. That's good. I can afford a boon, so let's find out. Zeus? Nope. Dang it. Okay. Hermes isn't really going to help us very much. Swift Flourish would only
Hello, Fury Sisters.
decrease the delay between when we can throw our shield. Like when it comes back to us and when we can throw it again. But because we need to do a bull rush in between each throw, that's kind of pointless. Okay, we gotta get ourselves static discharge here as soon as possible. And maybe double strike as well. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. There's also this weird kind of thing where it doesn't actually feel like all the shields are hitting. Even if you get them point blank, it feels like if you don't put enough distance between you and the target, it doesn't actually trigger the lightning bolts for every shield that hits sometimes. It's kind of an irritating, clunky build that just doesn't feel... This build could be amazing if it was just tweaked a little bit, but it just kind of feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity. In my opinion, I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of really powerful Chaos Shield builds that work exceedingly well, but I don't know what they are. I have yet to see them, but I haven't really looked for them. I haven't looked them up, but just because I don't really look up many builds at all. I usually just kind of try to study the aspects, see how much damage it does, see how its attack pattern works, and see what I can do to put together my own build. So I haven't really looked up any Chaos Shield builds. I don't know if there's a more effective way of doing this. But this is all I've come up with, is Thunder Flourish and a couple hammers just to reduce the delay and increase the rate at which you can throw your shields. I don't want Ares. Take Hermes, I guess. I can't really think of anything that Ares would be useful for in this. I mean, I don't know if Battle Rage would... No, that would be pointless, because you still have to do the Bull Rush in between. So if your special kills an enemy, well, you'd have to Bull Rush to... Unless the Bull Rush kills an enemy, then maybe Battle Rage could be useful if the damage applied to all 5 shields, but if it doesn't, then it's still useless. And also, it wouldn't apply to the Lightning Bolts. It would only apply to the special shield damage. So, no, Ares is a no-go. For this build, Ares is a no-go. Doom isn't really going to help us out. I mean, I could maybe see a Doom shield build working with this. Maybe. You know, for similar reason that the Ares rail build would work. There is a bit of a delay. Yeah, we'll take Greater Evasion. Between when you can throw your shields. Oh man, what do we want? Let's go for Chaos.
Alright. In the name of Hades.
Well, we can't take that. Face more foes for increased boon rarity? I guess, yeah. That's not what I want. It's going to slow us down. It's going to actually make this tight deadline a very tight deadline, but I would rather that over the reduced move speed, honestly. Mobility's kind of key for this build. To some extent, anyway. I'm just complaining a little bit too much. I'm sure there's people that love Chaos Shield, and if so, I would love to hear your reasoning. I would love to know, what is it about this aspect that you love so much? What is it about... What builds do you usually put together for Chaos Shield? What do you normally do? I'd love to know. Like, non-ironically, like, I genuinely would love to know. I kind of love hearing how different people play Hades and how it, you know, how different builds come together. So, if you like Chaos Shield and you've got a build that you'd like to use with it, let me know what it is in the comments. I would love to try it out. I want to love Chaos Shield. I really do. Okay. We'll just take Zeus.
The witch's circle.
Okay, I have to be careful here and make sure that I can block with my shield as much as possible. So I have to make sure I don't accidentally whip my main shield off into a corner or something. And that if these enemies are deploying projectiles, I can block them if need be. There we go. Now we're talking. There we go. Now we're good. Gotcha.
Witchcraft. What can you do?
Ooh. Oh, 35% double strike? No, gotta take static discharge. If static discharge was common rarity, I may have reconsidered that. But blue rarity static discharge is still more important than epic rarity double strike. Sure, quick recovery. We'll take the higher rarity boon. I don't really care too much about the other ones. Greatest reflex would have been nice, an extra dash, but... Ooh, what do we got?
Should come in useful.
I don't want those. I'll take high voltage, though. Opens the door to splitting bolt. But now I have to put away the Palm Blossom, because it's not
We always fight
going to
like
be
this.
very useful if it palms things like Passion Dash or high voltage. It's really only going to be useful on Static Discharge and Thunder Flourish. And because we have too many boons now that can be palmed, the Palm Blossom is going to be less valuable than a different keepsake. I am not applying weak nearly as much as I would like to, so I'm not getting the privilege status bonus as much as I would like.
Like that.
Would actually, this is one of those weird situations where it would be nice to have that boon, what's it called? Not Sweet Surrender, not Unhealthy Fixation, the one where weak effects last longer. I can't remember what it's called. I don't know why it's not coming back to me right now. It's not, jeez, okay. Got him. Alright. Bye, Lerny.
And clear.
Alright, we're doing okay. No, we'll keep all those. We'll keep all those. Okay, what do we want? I wish I could take the Thunder Signet again, honestly. I really would like some more Zeus boons. Maybe... could try for Distant Memory. 30% damage bonus to distant foes. It's not bad. Yeah, sure. Let's go for that. Why not? Have some fun with it. So this is going to be the last shield build that we do in the main series. And by main series, I mean, like, every weapon, every aspect.
The fields of
But there are going to be some, I guess you could say, user or like community submitted runs of like, hey, you should try this, and I'll try those runs out once I've done all the runs I have planned for this series.
Come on then.
There's already one that's been brought up for a Beowulf slicing shot build, which sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to see how it handles at 32 heat, so I definitely want to try that out at some point. Beowulf Slicing Shot is something that I haven't really thought of, because the Slicing Flare, I guess is what it's technically called, always seemed a little underwhelming, but I can see where it could be really entertaining. Charged Shot, this is what we want. So, Bull Rush instead fires a piercing shot that deals 80 damage. What that is going to do is now we can just fire that shot and then instantly throw our shields. We don't have to finish the Bull Rush first. So that's a good hammer that we just got there. Has nothing to do with our special, but it's going to speed things up significantly. Plus the shot itself does decent damage. And knocks foes away as well, so... but yeah, that may be the only other shield build we do after this, but it's kind of going to be part of a separate series. I may actually do that one on a live stream. My goal, my plan with this series is I want to do one run with every single weapon and every single aspect of every weapon, plus one extra run per weapon. Not per aspect, per weapon. So like, one run for every shield, sword, bow, and then one extra run for one specific aspect of that weapon. Like, for example, for the shield, we did 2 Zeus runs. One was a Merciful End build, one was a Thunder Flourish build, which I think was last episode, or 2 episodes ago? Yeah, 2 episodes ago. So, basically 5 runs per weapon is what I have planned for this series. And then after that, I'm probably going to do a live stream with every single community suggested run that's come across. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's go for either Splitting Bolt or Double Strike. But I am going to take Aphrodite first, because Zeus is just easier to deal with this challenge. Oh, there it is. Empty Inside. Weak effects have a longer duration, plus 10 seconds. That'll help with our privilege status. Yeah. Now those weak effects will last a lot longer. We don't have to keep reapplying them every 4 seconds or whatever it is. Which means that we will be able to apply privilege status much more frequently. And if we can get something like Wave of Despair or Dying Lament, those would help with applying weak from a distance. Although actually, now that we have Charged Shot, I need to pay more attention. Now that we have Charged Shot, we could actually take Heartbreak Strike and still apply weak with our attack without ever actually getting close. And then we could get rid of Passion Dash for something like Divine Dash instead if we want. Whoa! I thought it was over. It is not. But yeah, my goal is to eventually do a live stream with some community suggested runs, and then my end goal for this series is to transition into doing Hades 2 runs in a version 1.0 day 1 Let's live stream. But with, here's the thing, I've done so far a really good job of avoiding all spoilers of Hades 2. I have not watched any gameplay, I've watched some trailers, and I watched the tech demo that Supergiant released on their channel, and that's it. I have not watched anything else, so I've avoided all Hades 2 spoilers. Double Strike, perfect. So I kind of want to do a version 1.0 full release, day 1 Let's Play, and see... Oh, there we go, perfect. We got the urn, we can buy Athena. Thank you, Athena's aid. Just barely afforded it. What do we want now? I want Zeus for Splitting Bolt. And then once I do that day 1 Let's Play, I'm probably just going to continue the series with Hades 2 runs. That's my goal anyway. I don't know. I may... We may switch that up. I may continue with some Hades 1 runs, but once I've showcased a run of every aspect, I don't really know what else I'm going to want to do. So it's, we'll see. Oh, don't you dare. Okay. Anyway, back to the run here. There's not really a whole lot more to this. Hey, splitting bolt. There we go. Okay, now we just kind of blew this build wide open. This is going to be great now. But I'll be honest, there's not a whole lot to this run. It's really just fire your charge shot or your bull rush. Put Zeus on your shield, and away you go. It's not really terribly difficult in the Blitz Disc, which is also, I think, another reason why I'm a little bit less fond of this build, is because there's already a Zeus... Sorry, hold on. There's already a Zeus Thunder Flourish build that I personally consider to be a lot better. So to me, it's a bit underwhelming. But this one can be fun if you get the right stuff for it. There we go. Oh, shoot. I was literally pressing the trigger to use my call as I... Okay. Alright, let's pay a little bit more attention here. Oh, really? Oh, okay, fine. Thunder Flourish, I guess. Just keep putting palms into that. Even if I took that Obel, I wouldn't be able to afford a boon, so let's just take the health instead. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, they're hasted. That's why they're so fast. I should have just blocked that one, honestly. I could just block him and let him blow himself up on my shield. That would be a more effective way to do that. Just like that. But Splitting Bolt definitely cleans these guys out pretty quick. There we go. Alright. What do we got? What do we got? Let's check the shop. Yeah, we'll take a Life Essence, and I think I see Patroclus. Yes! Okay, there we go. We'll get our Death Defiances back. And now I can pay a little bit more attention to what's actually going on. Can't afford anything in the shop. Let's just take the free Centaur card. Alright, okay. Let's get this run done. Let's finish it up. Get it over with. That's nice. Ooh, okay. Don't stand in the middle of his charge. And maybe don't stand there as Asterius swings his axe at you. That's a bad idea, too. That is one of the nice things about the shield, is you can just stop Asterius in his tracks when he does his bull rush. Okay, it helps if you actually block, but... Okay, Asterius is down. There we go, okay. Ah! Let go of that charge shot a little bit too early. Ah, no way. I was trying to block and I couldn't get it with him running around like that. Okay, Asterius is down. Now it's just Theseus. And he's pretty low as well. And we've got our Greater Call, so yeah, we're good. We are good. Gotcha. All right.
That'll do. I won again, Shade, thanks to your support.
Go on and try.
Should I take the trade?
No, we don't want to purge any of those. We don't really need to worry about anything, honestly. Let's take... No, we're going to stick with Distant Memory. See if we can get that 30% damage bonus from a distance. Now that we've got static discharge and splitting bolt, that 30% increase could be pretty significant, honestly, if we actually, as long as we actually do keep our distance. Okay, nope, don't need anything from the shop, really. Do we need anything from here? Not really. I don't know. You know what, let's take the oval, and then we can maybe buy another palm from the shop, and that way we can start with the boss chamber. After that, we'll maybe take the palm that's in the actual chamber itself, although it isn't a boss chamber. If we're lucky, we'll get a satyr sack in the second hallway. Oh, you. There we go. Alright, yeah, now we're making quick work of these guys. I'm realizing we haven't called down Sisyphus once, so we might as well do that, make use of it, get the bonus obol. Maybe we can buy some more stuff from the shops. Ooh.
Wrong chamber.
No, right chamber. Right chamber. Yeah. Okay, bring in your friends. That's right. Nice and early, too. Make splitting bolt my friend. Okay, now we'll call in Sisyphus, get rid of the poison. Oh, you coward. I hate you. You suck. There we go. Probably didn't need to do that, but had it. Figured I might as well use it. Yes, yes, yes. Bring in your friends. Splitting bolt. Do your magic. This is where it gets kind of fun, but I don't like having to be reliant on splitting bolt to make this into a good build. Like, that's... I don't like having to make a legendary boon the crux of a build. There are some cast builds that have to do that, and I tend to avoid those as well. And hey, just because of that, now we have enough to afford this. Thunder Flourish, great, 74. The higher we get that damage, the better. Let's take this palm here. See if we can get ourselves another point into either double strike or static discharge. I'm honestly not sure which one I'd want to prioritize at this point. I don't know what the levels are of them, and I don't want to look it up because we are still on a tight deadline. We'll find out once we get the boon. What do we got? No, don't really care. And you know what, might as well keep calling in Boldy. Make sure we get as many uses of him as we can. So if we get a satyr sack, then we won't get the chance to use him again. Well, see, just like that. Okay, Thunder Flourish, I guess. High voltage isn't really going to make a huge difference. Neither's empty inside. Can't afford anything in the shop. Okay, let's just move on. Got 3 Death Defiances, full health. Pretty much every boon we could ask for. It would be nice to have Divine Dash instead of Passion Dash, but... not really a big deal. I can't remember what we were offered when we first took Passion Dash. If we could have taken Heartbreak Strike, that might have actually been the better choice, but I wasn't thinking about that, honestly. I wasn't thinking of a lot of things when we started this build. Ah! I know I should have blocked that, but... Ah, really? Horrible oh my gosh. What is with my timing right now? So the nice thing about the shield, I kind of already covered this with the Zeus shield, is that if you block, not deflect, but block the Boiling Blood Skulls, they will simply vanish instead of bouncing off onto the ground, which makes the shield a very effective method of dealing with those particular hazards. No other aspect, no other weapon can do that. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say no other aspect. There's any shield aspect will do that, but no other weapon can do that. I think the only other thing that can destroy Boiling Blood Skulls mid-flight is a Chthonic Companion call, and I'm actually not sure about that. Let's maybe test. Next time he throws a Boiling Blood Skull and we have the time, let's call down Sisyphus and see if it erases the skull mid-flight. Ooh, that's a God Gauge fodder right there. I love Doomstones. I just apply Splitting Bolt all the time and fill up my God Gauge like there's no tomorrow. Yes, 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 yes. God Gauge, God Gauge, God Gauge. Perfect. Okay, I need to be playing this a little bit smarter than I am. There we go. Okay. Kind of wish the damage was a little bit more substantial, but it works.
We're not finished.
You can't kill me.
Okay, nope, that was bad. Ah, shoot. I missed his, yeah. I didn't see him jump across. Oh, what? Oh, jeez. Okay. Bad timing. Ah, really bad timing. Horrible timing. Okay, there we go. As long as I can see what angle he's coming from, should be okay with that. I'm gonna actually try to prioritize those urns this time. There we go. Yep. Here comes Cerberus. Okay, that was bad. Come on. There we go. Got him down. Third phase. Here we go. Okay, so from what I can see, those Chthonic Companions do interrupt the traveling of the skull, but then it just makes it deploy as a timed detonation. It's not like it destroys it entirely. That would have been great if it did, but... Okay, so now you know. I guess only the actual block of a shield can destroy a Boiling Blood Skull. The more you know. 2, 3, spear. There he is. Ah, shoot. Tried to get the dodge in time. Missed. 1, 2, 3. No, 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 no! If it wasn't for that stupid trap, that would have been a great block, but... Oh my gosh. I don't have sure footing, do I? Thought I did, but that may have been on my previous run. Okay, I'm just gonna chill here for a second. There we go. Okay. I didn't know what was going on, I just wanted to make sure I was prepared. Not too worried about this run, though. We're just about done here. And... done. There we go. And with the Death Defiance to spare as well. I mean, thanks to Patroclus, but... yeah. Not my best build, not my best aspect. Not as close as some of the other runs I've had recently, even. But I'll be honest, I'm probably never doing this one again. It's on recording now, so that's all I need. Okay, what's necessary for this? I would say Thunder Flourish, Static Discharge, Charged Shot, and it's either... honestly, Splitting Bolt is kind of necessary for this. Without it, it just... it's not great. But I would actually say, in order, is that. Because you fire your charge shot and then you throw your Thunder Flourish. So that's the build. It's not the most impressive, amazing, like, technical, oh, you combine these boons and you get this weird synergy that, you know, wouldn't work with anything else. It's more just like, nope, Thunder Flourish and just hit with as many of the bonus shields as you can. It's not the most synergistic build. A lot of the hammers don't work the way you think they should work. There's not really a lot of complexity to it, but it's also a little bit underwhelming in its damage output, in my opinion. I'm sure there's some phenomenal Chaos Shield builds. I don't know what they are, and frankly, I don't care to look them up, because this is genuinely just not my... this is not my favorite aspect. This is my least favorite aspect. But this is the Hades 32 Heat series, where we're clearing Hades at 32 Heat with every weapon and every aspect, not just my favorite ones. So, there we go. There's our end screen. There's our thumbnail.
The underworld's power.
No fish. Okay, moving on. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.